passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's up, y'all boys? You already know it's Lil KK, aka the Don PYE, and this is the Totally Blitzed podcast. You know where you come to for sports, hot takes, good drinks, and a whole lot of smoke. And this week we got nothing but great picks, talks from the fantasy football guru, Mr. Fox himself, and we got great bets going on this week. But first, let me introduce who's with us today. First, we got the executive producer, Mr. Paul PickEmWinEm Concha.
What's up? We coming out with some big picks today.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? We got Paul PickEmWinEm. And then in the Foxhole, we got Mr. Fox himself. Mr.
You already
Fox.
know.
What's cracking?
The guru. I'm right here, man.
Shit, it's the Fox. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
What the Fox ain't? Oh, sick. Damn, you got a whole crowd back there for you, dog. Niggas is lit.
Damn.
Hold the applause to the end.
Mm-hmm. But you know how we coming. You got your boy Lil K here. I gotta throw my keychain on. I'm a Don PYE shit. Let these niggas know I'm still a dirty bird, even though we got bust. We're not gonna talk about that today. But bet. So what's the first topic on the list today, Kawul?
So we got a big slate coming up this weekend. We're gonna jump right into our week 2 predictions on who we like on the money line coming into week 2. Starting us off on the first game of the slate, 1:00 games. We got my personal favorite. I must watch. Bills going into the Dolphins. Bills favored by 3.5. We're just straight up picking. Y'all know how I'm rocking. I'm going with the Dolphins. I think we're gonna take care of business at home. Our defense. I think the Bills make mistakes. I just like our defense to convert on those mistakes. Tua to play a good game. Brian Flores had this game circled ever since they destroyed us week 17 last year to take us out the playoffs. So big win.
I like it. I'm picking the Dolphins 20-17. I like this to be a grinded out game. Not gonna lie. It was tough because I didn't want to pick. I would be okay with you coming in sad to the podcast next week, but it's like, nah, facts is facts. But the Dolphins defense is showing 23 takeaways in 23 straight games. Like, they boys is really doing that. I like them to force a lot of pressure. I like them to make Josh Allen uncomfortable, and I like them to do their thing. But it comes down to Tua. Tua has to be able to, can he make plays I wouldn't say, because that's not a terrible secondary, but that's a defense that can get stops and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a tough, grinded out game. There's gonna be a lot of field goals, and we're gonna see how it goes down. But they're in Miami, I would it right there in
Miami traveling to Miami.
Yeah, they're in Miami with it. It's hot. It's the season opener, correct? Too, right?
For Miami, yeah, first time.
Oh yeah, it's hot. They just got that win. Oh yeah, off the fumble, and people are saying it's a fluke. Now them boys got something to shoot, and they're trying to go 2-0 in their division. You start off the season like that, playoff time, it's gonna mean something.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I can't believe that the Bills are playing the Dolphins, and I'm the only person picking the Bills right now.
It's
the
a
Bills
tough road out there.
I mean, dude, the way I'm looking at it is the Dolphins have a good defense. The Bills defense is not bad. And I think that the Bills offense is a lot better than the Dolphins offense, but the Dolphins defense is not much better than the Bills, if it even is at all. Yeah, wow. I went there. But so, I mean, it's really going to come down to two things. For one, Stephon Diggs, can they hold him? Because
yes,
he didn't have a great week one, but he's their number one option out there. He's definitely a threat to put up a lot of points. And then Devin Singletary, he's been a question mark for the last couple of years, but I have a good feeling about him this season. We're going to talk about it later in the segment, but I really like Devin Singletary this week. I feel like he's going to have a surprise good game. Maybe not like 100 yards and 2 touchdowns kind of game, but if he gets a nice little 70 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown, and then Stephon Diggs can do his thing and be the normal Stephon Diggs that we're used to seeing, then I like the Bills, and I honestly like them by more than the spread. I think I'll take the Bills by like a score and a half, probably like 10 points right now.
So between me and you, Mr. Bill Man, talking strictly spread. If I'll give you the 3.5, you give me the 3.5. You'd like a shot on that?
We'll put a shot on it.
All right, let's put a shot on that one. I wasn't
Just-
liking
just- I'm only
I
putting
wasn't
a shot
liking your
because that's your
tone
team.
coming into this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be drunk as shit next week. But go ahead.
Hey, I'll
Rolling
smoke that one.
rolling on to the next game. We got the Bengals coming into Chicago at Soldier Field. How are y'all feeling about this game?
I got the Bengals.
Oh, underdog.
I got the Bengals. I feel like
the Bears are favored by 2 points.
yeah, it's not. See, that's another thing. They're favored, but it's not like it's not. It could go either way, really. But I like the Bengals offense, man. They're gonna be something good, man. Joe Mixon is finally looking like Joe Mixon that I saw come out of college. Like, he was supposed to be a dog in the NFL, and he hasn't really lived up to the hype. But I have a feeling that this year might be his best season. And Joe Burrow, he's got weapons, man. He's got weapons out there. They're all young. They can get the job done. I feel like as long as they don't give up too many points to the Bears offense, they'll be okay. I feel like it's going to be a decently low scoring game, probably under like 45. But I like the Bengals this week.
Kev, I see you wasn't really too pleased with that one. I think I already know who you're taking.
I got the Bears. I mean, it's gonna be a two-sided defensive affair. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of defense because Andy Dalton didn't really throw no passes above 15 yards last week. So like, I think that's kind of predictable. I think if you watch film, and the Bengals don't have a terrible defense. So like, if you watch film on that, you can kind of peep that and be ready for that. So it's going to be a really low scoring first half, probably like just a field goal and maybe a touchdown, like very low scoring game. But like, I don't see the Bengals O-line keeping Joe Burrow just enough to make plays when they need it down late, like in the fourth quarter, because it's going to come down to a touchdown. It's going to come down to somebody driving down with 2.5 minutes left. And like, that O-line is gonna crumble, and it's tough because like I like Jamar Chase and the boys out there. I like the boys to really make something shake, but like, I don't know, man. I just don't trust that team. I think last week was a good game for them. The boys is great, but they can't say like, hey man, the Jaguars won the first game last season and lost the next 15. So yeah. I don't know if they're gonna be like that, but I just don't really like. I'm not really too on the boat right now, and I really think the Bears, even though the Bears kind of just you're gonna get a lot of put in Justin Fields' chance this game. But it's gonna be like, well, let's get the Bears are gonna grind it out.
So I'm rocking with Kev on this one. I was on the Bengals, and then I looked more to say this to me. Just I circled it, and I thought this was gonna be a trap game. Just you look at the line now as a public bettor, you're looking at it, and you're like, oh, the Bengals are a better team. I'm gonna throw all my money on the Bengals. The spread. And right now, I think it's like 80% of all the money or all the bets are on the Bengals spread. And like usually, as a bettor, if you fade
Vegas,
the public, you always whatever the public has their money on, you go the other way. And the Bears have got the news that the defensive lineman, I can't remember his name, but he's coming back this week. So the defensive line wasn't really the full defensive line in week 1. And another thing, Andy Dalton revenge game. I mean. Yeah, he's coming into the bank. They're coming into Chicago. Joey B is gonna have to see the Red Rocket, and I think it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be close, in which the 2-point spread indicates. I just think the Bears' defense is just slightly better against that Joey Burrow offensive line.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, I'm not gonna put a shot on that one.
No, I'm not either. This is like I said, it's a trap game. I'm staying away from it.
Yeah, it's a trap game. But I do like the Bengals. We could talk about it on the recap, but I do think that Cincinnati is gonna pull this one out. So we'll see how it goes.
Yes. Next game, which is gonna be a slaughtering. Oh, I don't think it's gonna be slaughtering, but next game is coming up. We got the Browns and the Texans at Browns. 13-point favorite, almost by 2 whole touchdowns. I think it's easy to call this one. The Browns are going to win this.
Yeah, I do think the Browns are going to win, but I don't know if I like that. at minus 13.
Oh yeah, nah, this is the National Football League. This is ridiculous.
That's kind of a lot, man. I mean, the Texans, I know they're not good. But I think I might have mentioned this in the recap last week. I really like Brandon Cooks all season. He's in his last 7 seasons, he's had 5,000-yard seasons. I think that he is gonna have another one this year. They don't have Will Fuller. He's the only thing out there. It's him and David Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So that team is looking weak. Tyrod, look, they need.
I love Tyrod. That's my boy.
I like Tyrod, but they need that boy Watson in if they're gonna have any chance at sniffing the playoffs.
That's true.
Sniffing the playoffs. Calm down.
But jumping on,
I mean, look, that division is weak, man.
I don't know, the Titans and the Colts, but jumping on to keep this thing rolling, going into the next game, we got the Rams visiting the Colts. The Rams are 3-point favorite. I'm rocking with the Rams. Matthew Stafford MVP tour. Fuck the Lions. I'm on a good team now. It's just gonna steamroll. The Colts offensive line was getting destroyed last week. Carson Wentz was all over the field, got 10 QB pressures. I don't know the exact number of stats right now, but you telling me the Rams don't have one of the best defensive lines with Aaron Donald?
He's gonna get eaten alive.
Yeah, this is just gonna be another, but this is just a poor matchup for him right now. If Quentin Nelson was fully healthy and the Colts O-line was off and rocking, it'd be a different thing. But this is a shaky Colts O-line versus one of the best D-lines, Jalen Ramsey.
I mean,
back,
bro, like the Rams are minus 3.5. I feel like that's damn near a lock right there. That is I mean, the Rams. I feel like the Rams would have been minus 3.5 last year with Goff, and now with I love Matt Stafford, man. I really like him. So I think that the Rams are gonna get off on the Colts, man. They're gonna win by 2 scores. I think
so. I mean, in the world, I could see it. That defense and offense.
That defense and offense is just a good combo.
Are you the devil's advocate, Kev, or?
No. I like the Rams, definitely. Matt Stafford. I think Matt Stafford's gonna have a lot tougher game than he had versus the Bears. I think it's gonna be a lot tougher, but like Carson Wentz is gonna grind it out, though. I like them boys not to just score like 13 or something like that. I like them to try to score 24 on that defense. Like they're gonna be tough. It's not the defense, the D line's gonna make it through, but like Carson Wentz is gonna have not a horrible game, like not a lot of takeaways, not a lot of mistakes. I feel like he can really grind it out, even though that defense is gonna be coming for him all day.
Oh, and no Xavier Rhodes this game. So I just see Matthew Stafford as having a big game and is rolling the Colts. Jumping on to another divisional rivalry game. We got both 0-1, the Patriots going into the Jets.
I like Mac Jones to air that thing out, boy. I like him to have not 400, but like a real good 300 game, come through, handle business, and say, like, people try to make it seem like it's a rookie battle, but it's really all right, y'all boys. We came through, knocked it out. Now it's time to go. Because it's in New York, right?
Yep. MetLife.
We came through, handle business. Now let's get ready for the next game. Like, I like Zach Wilson to try to attempt something, but that defense is still pretty good. And, like, it's going to be a long season for that boy. And this is just, 0-2 is not that bad for the Jets. They're comfortable there.
We don't even need to speak on this game, man.
Yeah.
we know the Patriots. We know the Patriots taking this.
Yeah, Patriots steamrolling. I love Zach Wilson, but that's Bill Belichick, who is 22 or like 23-6 against rookie quarterbacks in his league record. So
yeah, no, it's the Patriots all day. You could put the house on it. Go ahead, next game.
49ers going to the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is a good game.
Niners are favorited.
I know this isn't the betting segment, but I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna put it out there. I have a couple parlays going. I have 3. Well, I have 2 with the 49ers, and I have 3 with the Eagles. I like the 49ers. I don't think that they have the chemistry right now. They've also seen a couple injuries. Brandon Ayuk he went 0 for 0 for 0 for 0 for 0 for 0 for 0. We don't know where he's at. We don't know if he's alive. We have Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell had a good week last week. He's a good waiver pickup for fantasy. We'll talk about that later too. I'm sure he's already picked up in every league, but I like the Eagles this week. They're plus money. That's one of my picks this week. I like Jalen Hurts to get off. I like Devontae Smith to get off, have a great week. Miles Sanders, I'm hoping that he has a great week too. I have him on my fantasy team, but I really like the Eagles this week. I don't think it's going to be a crazy game, but I think the Eagles can pull it off like a last second field goal, something. I like the Eagles this week.
Kev, how you rocking?
I got the 49ers. I'm not the biggest Eagle enthusiast, not because they beat us last week, but like I just think the 49ers are a little bit more equipped to handle Jalen Hurts getting out of there. Because like I watched this game play for play, so I really understand kind of like how the Eagles could really break off on the 49ers and really just get the score right. But I don't like the Eagles to really go for like the little stuff that the Falcons defense was allowing. I like it to be a good scoring game. I like the Eagles to really put their thing in there. I don't like Jimmy G to have a great game because that pass rush is going to be coming for him. But that O-line's blocking like crazy. But no, I got the 49ers in this one. If I were to pick a score, I would say I got them 32-20. I just feel like they have something. Prepared for that, for Jalen Hurts getting out of there. Because the Falcons' D-line was getting back there. They don't have the greatest by themselves. Grady Jarrett did find a way to get back there, though.
I'm rocking with the Eagles. You'll hear later. This is one of my underdog picks later on, but I'm rocking with the Eagles right here. At Philly, fans are back in the stands. That place will be rocking, especially off a win after they're projected only to win like 4 or 5 games. So their fans are absolutely hyped right now. One thing that I saw with the 49ers, with the Lions receiving running backs, they're really cooking Jamal Williams and Deandre Swift. That was a way that they were running up the field. They didn't really have an answer for that. And Miles Sanders can do that, and rookie Gainwell can also do that. They're both great receiving backs, where if that's all you got to do to kind of move the ball up the field, it definitely can happen. You already know how I feel about Hurts. I was screaming his names at the top of the ceiling, but like he's gonna be a top 7 quarterback after the end of this year. I thought he was gonna be a stud, and I just honestly, Eagles have a strong front 7, and that's what Shanahan likes to run. He just likes to run the game. So if it's a close game and Jimmy G is gonna need to make plays, I just don't trust it against that Eagles defense. And one of the few wins from the Eagles last year was against the 49ers, in which they shocked everybody and beat the 49ers at 49ers 25-20. I kind of like this matchup.
I like that.
So sliding into the next game, we got the Raiders visiting Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers, right? Yeah.
I got the Steelers is rolling through. Najee Harris is going to bounce back after getting shut down. I think they're going to just run the game through him, show everyone, hey, this is why we took this guy. Big Ben's going to manage it. He's not going to make any mistakes. And that offensive line for the Raiders isn't the best, and they're going to go up against, I think, the best D-line. Hayward's going to create pressure. He had the most last week. Melvin Ingram and TJ Watt were both tied for the 3rd most last week. They're just going to create havoc. Mika Fitzpatrick, like this defense is elite, and they're a defense that can just win you games. We saw them do that last year with the Steelers. Like this defense will win you games.
So I like the Steelers to win this week, but we talked about it a little bit before we started recording. I will say I would not be surprised if the Raiders do win this game, and at least if they don't win, they're going to keep it close. I'm not sold on the Steelers right now. None of the receivers looked promising. The run game doesn't look promising. Big Ben didn't have a great game. Their defense, like you said, their defense is good. But, I mean, the Raiders did pull out an upset last week. I feel like they have a little bit of momentum, you know. I do feel like that if you do want to bet on the Raiders, I feel like it's not a bad move, but I got the Steelers winning this week just to be safe.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to take the Steelers too. And I feel like Derek Carr played any other team off of that game that he just had, really bringing it down with 30 seconds left and taking it down twice in OT. I feel like he would be able to really take off. But it's that Steelers defense. And don't get me wrong, I feel like people the score kind of fumbles a little bit when you talk about because you can't forget about the botched punt that they got. So like it's not like they really killed the Bills, because that was on like the second half. The first half they was kind of slow. It was a 10-3 game, I believe. So like I'm not really sold on the Steelers. I'm not really in there, but I feel like that Raiders team isn't gonna have anything to really stop Big Ben, stop that defense. And on top of that, with all the targets that Marcus, what's his name, the tight end,
Darren
Waller got, I feel like they have something for that. You can't target somebody 19 times and just expect to do that the next game too. Like,
especially Steelers.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have something for that. So like I've taken Steelers going 2-0, and the Raiders, I'll probably take the Steelers 24-17. I like Big Ben to just really manage the game out, and I don't like Najee Harris to have a big game, but I like him like 80 yards and a touchdown, something real manageable, and like I just like it to be just a nice solid closeout. Like, okay, we can't hand the business off to next week.
I like that. Also, another thing, I just think the Raiders, I won't say the Super Bowl, but they just played an overtime game in which there was turnover after turnover. Like that was like, it's hard to get up for that next game and like do that same performance when you know that
Right.
your best game you're gonna play all year. And there's no Josh Jacobs this week.
Yeah, I do like Kenyon Drake though. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, no Josh Jacobs, so that's just. But on to the next one, because this game I think is gonna be pretty close. You got the Saints going into the Panthers, divisional game. I'm high on Winston. I want, like, it's a home dog, okay, in the Panthers. They're the home team. They're the underdog. But I'm gonna have to rock with the Saints. I just think Sean Payton's gonna just be outsmart them. Panthers had a decent defense. It looked like last game, but it was against the Jets, so it's you can't really take it for you take it for what you see it as. I just really believe LASIK Winston's in full effect. I think this is going to be the game in which we're going to see him actually air it out. I like on the other side, Panthers, there's no Marshawn Lattimore, so I think Darnold's going to have a pretty good game. CMC against the Saints on average 2.9 carries. 2.9 yards per carry. So they usually have an answer for Christian McCaffrey. DJ Moore, on the other hand, I like him to kind of go off. But I just think if it's going to be a shootout, give me Jameis.
Yeah. Okay. I could see it. I'm not. All right. So I was a fan of Jameis when he came out of college. And obviously I'm a Bucs fan. So I was a big Jameis fan, but I'm not sold on him. Last week, he only threw the ball, I think, like 19 times. He had 5 touchdowns and 19 passes. That looks good on paper, really.
He threw it with LASIK vision, though.
He's not doing that, man. He's not doing that. I don't like the Panthers are like, don't even get me started on them. Sam Darnold was a bum, but CMC can put up 14 points or 12 points by himself. You know, he can score 2 touchdowns, but the Saints, I like Kamara. I mean, it's Kamara and CMC, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like the Panthers have like the secret weapon, because Kamara is not as good, but he's up there with CMC. So I like the Saints this week. Both these teams are garbanzo beans, but I like the Saints this week. Wow. I think that it's going to be, they're both garbanzo beans. No shame.
That's not muffling.
I think that I think the Saints are going to win. It's going to be a decently close game. It's going to be a low scoring game. And I think that the Saints are going to win it, but both teams are not anything to be excited about. That's not going to be an exciting game, really.
So this game does not make it onto Mr. Fox's TV?
Nah, if I had a TV and I had to pick, like if that game was on and it was like the Browns and the Texans, I'm watching the Browns and the Texans.
Ooh.
Nah, I like it. Hey,
jumping over the cap.
I like the Saints to get the dub. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was just a 1 week thing. But I don't like this game to be close. I like the boys to really come to handle business. But it would have been a close game until Jameis threw that 50-yard touchdown. It was like, oh, they really gonna be throwing that thing this season. So like, yeah, I like Jameis to go for like 380 to 370 to 400. Like he might really not just air that thing out, but really air that shit out. But like really go ham. I don't like Sam Darnold to have a great game. I think they did good against the Jets. Congratulations. But it's time to really show what happens against a defense that you're gonna have to see it again. And this defense doesn't like you guys in the first place. So yeah, Christian McCaffrey is probably not gonna eat. I don't know if it was fantasy. I like him to get like 11 points. Like maybe if he scored a touchdown, that might switch a lot of things. But like, no, this isn't gonna be a close game. It's probably gonna go like 28 to like 13.
All right, I'm like it. We're all hitting we've been rolling together here. This one I think is another one we just quick 30-second skip on over. Broncos going to the Jags. Me personally, Urban Meyer is not going to work out. Trevor Lawrence did not look good. He only had 3 picks, could have had more. Broncos with Teddy Bridgewater. That defense, they're just going to steamroll.
Yep, simple. I'm not even gonna talk on it. Broncos.
Kev?
Yeah, this TV. I'm not watching this game.
It's gonna.
But look, hey, I will say this though. I'm not watching it because it's gonna be like a blowout or nothing like that. Because I don't like the Broncos to put up no points like that. Because Jerry Judy's out, and I don't like who's the starting running back because they got Melvin Gordon coming off the bench.
No, Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams are splitting carries.
Okay,
yeah, they're splitting.
I like this to be a real rundown game. Von Miller and the boys is gonna put so much pressure on Trevor Lawrence. It's just gonna be tough for Trevor Lawrence. Hopefully he can bounce back third game. I don't know about getting a win, but like, yeah, you about to throw either. You're about to fumble probably once, so probably only get like 190 yards. But hey, it's okay. It's the National Football League.
It's okay.
There's more games to come. There's more.
He's rich. It doesn't matter. He's rich.
All you gotta do is just go. There's this National Football League. Just go get another win. You lose today, just go get another win. Go get a win.
All
right. Next.
Driving on up, we got Captain Kirk leading the Vikings to Arizona to play Kyler.
Oh, God.
I am down on the Cardinals, but I have to take the Cardinals after what I saw week 1 until further.
Hey, that's 2. 6 more. What's that? 6 more, and that's a 500 team.
No, 7 more because it's a 7. We have an extra game this week.
7 more. That's a 5. That's how many shots you gonna take. 7 more, and it's a 500.
If they go above 500, I was strong enough on that take 4 shots
on the Cardinals.
Yeah, going below 500. I'll put 4 shots on the fact that even with their first win out of the way.
Man, I'm gonna have to revisit you in January.
I'll take 5. I think 5 shots per shot take is understandable. But when the Saints win more than 5 games, you have a few more shots you owe us.
See, like, here's the thing though. I said that, but like, it was definitely just to hate.
Nah, bro. Wait, I got you on camera.
They caught in 4K.
So are we all on the Cardinals for this game?
All right, hold on now.
But I actually want to talk a little deeper on this game.
Okay, break it down.
Okay, I gotta take the damn hat off for this. So this is gonna be one of the best games of the week. I love Kyler Murray. I love D-Hop. I think that the Cardinals are a good team. I don't know how you're not sold on them. I think that this is a team that can put up a lot of points. Their defense isn't terrible. I don't know. That division out there is tough, so I don't know if they're going to win the division necessarily, but I like the Cardinals. The Vikings, though, Dalvin Cook, he's Dalvin Cook, and then they also have an insane duo at wide receiver. Thielen was getting off last week. He had 2 touchdowns. I think he had like 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty good week for the white boy. I think that this game really could go either way. So we're not talking about betting right now, but I do have a couple parlays, some with the Vikings, some with the Cardinals. I don't know. That game could really go either way. I'm going to just pick the Cardinals for safety, but if the Vikings win, I wouldn't be mad because I'll probably win more money off the Vikings, and I also wouldn't be surprised because that Vikings they got a fucking 3-headed snake out there, man, with Cook, Thielen, and Jefferson. Man, that's a tough squad. So Arizona's gonna have to try to defend that. They're gonna have to put up a lot of points because I feel like it's gonna be a high scoring game. I feel like it could be like 50, 55, 56 points this week.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, the Vikings should have lost that game against the Bengals. I'm not gonna count to you. Like, Dalvin Cook doesn't fumble. Like, I don't know if that's the same game. But the Cardinals is looking kind of tough right now. Kid, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, like, them boys, oh!
Buda Baker.
You know, come on now. You know how I like that defense. I like the big dog defense. Really, hey, yo, O-line, we get out the way. There's a nigga there's a homie with a ball over there, and I need that like right now. So like them boys are gonna put so much pressure on those individuals. It's gonna be crazy. I still like the Vikings because that's Captain Kirk. You like that. I know you like that. So like he gonna really figure a way to do some things. Stephon Diggs isn't gonna have a bad game. Thielen's gonna score a touchdown. These are things that you know it just happen in life. Like Stephon Diggs is gonna have a decent game. Thielen's gonna score.
Justin Jefferson.
I'm tripping. Justin Jefferson. I'm big tripping. But yeah, I like that defense. I like that offense to really put up some points, especially when they need it in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a real fought game. It's going to be watched. Hopefully, I can put it on the big screen. And I like it 28-24, but I really like it to come down like somebody's driving, minute left, like, yo, let's do this thing. I like it 28-24. Either way, I'm taking the Cardinals just because Kyler Murray's going to pick apart the Konas. But like it's going to be 28-24, and whoever's driving down last is getting it.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I didn't think it was gonna be a blowout. I do think the Vikings will put up points, but I just think
it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
Jumping on, we got another divisional rivalry. We got the Falcons coming into the Tampa Bay.
Kevin.
I'm gonna let y'all two take this away. I'm riding with the Bucks.
Kevin. Matter of fact, while we're on video right now, we putting a
I just got.
Tell me you do that every week.
I just got this 20, but because I'm betting you, I don't gotta bet nobody else. Damn, I just got this 20. Of course, we betting the fucking dub. You know, I got the Falcons. No, it's
all right. I'll take 20 from you on Sunday. We don't even. We really. This could be another one of those 30 seconds.
Hey, wait, but hold on. But the spread's 12.5 points. I need all them.
I think fair.
We're doing 20 with the spread?
I think that's fair because that's a lopsided game just to throw a little 20 on. I think that's fair.
Hey, I know you see the glasses. I read, nigga.
All right, guess what? You got it.
I don't shake Bucks hand.
And I think there's a shot somewhere in between there.
All right, what's the spread? The Bucks are what?
12.5.
Or minus 12.5. All right.
Yeah.
So I got the Bucks minus 12.5 and a shot on it for $20 against Kevin. Let's get it.
Hey, Paul got to take a shot too. I'll take it.
The 12.5 though.
Not with the spread, but you got to take a shot. No, you got to take 2 shots without the spread. No spread.
No spread. Yeah. No spread straight up. I put 2 shots on it.
It's gonna be a my shot, so I'm gonna be there to pour it myself because I know y'all gonna try to kill me because y'all gonna pour it. I'm taking 1 shot just because.
I like my odds still. I'll take that.
I like your odds too. I also like your odds, but I'm taking a shot too. No spread. Start the day off nice.
All right, next game. Let's see. Let's talk about it.
Hold on. I want to know. I want to speak on what I want to see for my Dirty Birds.
All right.
Oh man.
What are the Dirty Birds' keys to victory, Kev?
I don't know if there's such thing as key to victory in this situation, but it's like, yo, nobody thinks we're gonna win. Let's try to win. Let's try. Like
more like everybody knows you're not gonna win.
Shock the world.
Let's try to win. they don't think we're gonna win, so let's try to win. But like, nah, I think we need to get the running game settled because that's a strong pass rush and a strong D line. So I really want to see if we can get a running game settled because now we can play action and those corners can't cheat back. And those corners aren't the greatest. Carlton Davis is cool. He's cool. But I think that secondary playoff time, playoff defense is a little different. But like what you seen against the Cowboys, you seen Dak really aired that thing out, and that wasn't with a good running game. So I feel like with that Cordell Patterson defense.
Hey, listen. The difference between Dak Prescott and Matt Ryan is that Dak Prescott is a lot more mobile than Matt Ryan, has a better arm than Matt Ryan, has way better receivers than Matt Ryan, and has a way better line than Matt Ryan. So the reason that Dallas did anything against Tampa is because they got the fucking squad. Dallas has a fucking squad. If their defense was better, they'd be straight. But Dallas has a good-ass team. Whether they play good or not, that's a different story. But
Dallas played their best game against y'all boys. So it's saying that, like, I don't expect Dallas to continue to air that thing out. But that defense showed that, like, okay, you can get stops. You can get takeaways. You can do something. So, like, the Falcons probably aren't going to be the greatest at doing that. They might get a takeaway, possibly. I doubt it, but possibly. But, like, it showed that they can still put up numbers on y'all boys. Because y'all almost lost that game. Like, if they were better game managers, they wouldn't have gave Tom Brady all that motherfucking time. But, like, y'all almost lost that game. It could have been easily started off as a different situation. What was it, 2 minutes? 2 minutes and 50 seconds? Yeah. So if they're better game managers and they give it back at a minute 10 and they could really make some stops, which I doubted, but they tried to make some stops, that could have been a whole different storyline. But like, so I'm not saying that the Falcons are going to win. I actually did because I bet on it. But I think if they can show that the running game and make some, and just cause a little bit of confusion a little bit and just make those corners have to work, they can really do something. But let's get off this game. We talked about it a little too.
We got 3 marquee matches coming up here. How y'all feeling about the Cowboys going into the Chargers?
Ooh, Herb.
You rhyme with Herb?
Hey, you know I gotta smoke to my dog Herb. You feel me? Because you know he gonna put it in. It's gonna be a lit ass game. It's gonna be a shootout. They're going Keenan Allen, Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup is gonna do his thing on the low. CeeDee Lamb. I hope you don't drop the ball, but if you don't, come on now. He gonna. This is gonna be a fun ass game to watch. I'm probably putting this one on the big screen, and I got the Chargers like 38 to like 34. Like it's gonna go crazy.
Damn, that's a high scoring game right there.
Just to keep the speed of everything going, I think the Chargers also gonna win. I believe it's gonna be high scoring, just like he said. Everything he said, he had nailed on the head. It's on CD. Don't drop some passes. There's gonna be, I think it's gonna be about 38-34 also, honestly.
Wow. All right. So I love Jay Herbo, but we going with that man, Dak Prescott. I like the Cowboys offense to go crazy this week. The Chargers struggled a little bit against the Washington football team, so I'm taking the Dallas looked good against the Bucks. The Chargers struggled against the Washington football team. I'm taking the Cowboys this week.
Okay. Hey, put 10 on it.
Take the points.
Oh,
what's the points?
3.5. With your, as long as you, all right.
Nah, because that's gonna take it down.
What about a shot? Would y'all put a shot on it?
Nah, I'm gonna be a little too drunk from that Falcon shot.
Titans going into Seattle. I like Seattle mainly because it's early season. Russ is gonna cook. The Titans defense did not have an answer for Kyler. I think Russ is gonna dice them apart. It's just another fairly high scoring game. I think it's gonna be like 31-24. Russ.
I'm taking Seattle. That's gonna be a good game. It's crazy because at the beginning of the season, everybody was talking so highly of Tennessee. They're Super Bowl contenders, this, that, and the third, and then they lose 1 week, and now they're plus 6.5 after 1 week. That's it. The hype on them died. Like they don't have Julio Jones, AJ Brown, Derrick Henry. Like that just didn't happen. All right, I don't know. I like Seattle this week, but this is another one of those games that could go either way. I do like the Titans a lot too. I feel like Seattle's gonna just, I don't know, Russell Wilson's just a little bit better. If it comes, like, it's gonna be one of those games where it comes down to the end of it, and then if it's a shootout at the end, I'm taking Russell Wilson over Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I'm not calling this a shootout. I'm going Seahawks definitely, but this isn't a shootout. If the Titans are smart, they're not running. They're not throwing that ball. They're running it up the gut at least 31 to 34 times. Because like that O line is not going to be able to do anything against that pass rush. Because like I'm not a stats guy, but one stat I did like that caught my attention was the Seahawks got 10 quarterback hits on the Colts O line, and like they're missing Quentin Nelson. We understand that, but that's still a decent O line. And like they was getting back there. Like Carson Wentz is a little bit worse a QB. That could be from a 3 to a 6 sack game easily. So I really don't think the Seahawks are gonna. I don't think the Titans are gonna throw the ball like that. If you had Julio Jones and AJ Brown in your fantasy, I wouldn't, because like they would not be smart for them to throw the ball. It's the best way they're going to do it is they can run it up the gut with Derrick Henry. There aren't too many answers for him especially after like 15 carries. Nobody wants to tackle that guy anymore. So he's going to break it up the field a few times, and like they can capitalize on top of that. But if they're throwing that thing, it's going to be it's going to be a short game. But like I like the Seahawks to grind it out. I like Chris Carson to have a decent game because like I like dude. And then Russell Wilson's going to pick him apart because that's what he does, especially early in the season. MVP Russ coming. Loaded.
Sunday night primetime game. Got the Chiefs going into the Ravens. I'm taking my homeboy.
Yeah, we don't gotta talk much on that. Like that, the Ravens are the line on the Ravens. They're like -3 or some shit, dude. I don't even know how that's it.
One thing I want to say though about the matchup. I was telling Kev about how this is Lamar's kryptonite, and just like I just think the Chiefs are a better team. The Ravens have had better teams in the past. I think their O-line's weaker right now. But when you look at Lamar, he averages 170 yards per game against them, 1 touchdown with a fumble, and only 1 rushing touchdown. And they played 3 times in their since they played. So I just think they have an answer for him.
Yeah, go Ravens. Or go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. The Ravens are going to get smoked. I think it's not even going to be close. It's going to be like they're going to lose by 20 points. It's going to be an absolute blowout.
I don't know about blowout, but
blowout.
I'm taking the Chiefs. Kev?
Wow, I definitely had the Ravens picked. I definitely had the Chiefs picked, like written down and all, but like I really did not like how y'all said that about my dog, Lamar, like that. Like I gotta pick the Ravens for this one, dog, because I remember watching that game. Like, come on, Lamar, please make the boys look crazy. Like, I don't know, he definitely doesn't play good against them, and like Patrick Peterson's gonna pick that secondary apart with Marcus Peters. But I really just did not. I didn't like how y'all said that was so much. You see how he say this for the blow him out with bass in his voice? I didn't appreciate that.
Marcus Peters is going to be out. Him and Jimmy Smith are both out. That secondary is hurt.
It's gonna be bad. I feel like I just didn't like the way y'all said that. I want to go shots for that one. That's a good one because
I'll take a shot. Yeah. Sunday night prime time.
I like that one just because like, I did not like how y'all said that. I'm hoping Lamar, but let me do this though. If Lamar can have what would be a decent? Nah, Lamar doesn't have 300-yard games. So yeah, let's fuck it. We taking a shot on that one. I might have to take 2.5 shots. We'll see.
All right.
But I didn't appreciate that. Y'all gonna have to see us outside.
Talking about Monday Night Football, this one's just gonna be a quick 30-second talk. We got the Lions going to Packers. Monday night, Aaron Rodgers. I don't think I need to say anymore, especially after a loss. This is gonna be bad.
I like Rodgers to get off and silence all the doubters that have been talking shit about him for the past week. I feel like Rodgers is going to get off this week. I feel like Devontae Adams is going to go stupid. This week.
Aaron Jones.
So, yeah, Aaron Jones is going to have he didn't have a great game last week either. So I think that the Packers are just going to rout him. It's going to be embarrassing.
Hey, what's the spread on this one?
It's currently sitting in front of me 11.5.
Ouch. Yeah, I'll take the Lions on the spread because like I like the Packers to go crazy. I like them boys to eat, but like on the spread, that's a lot of points. Like
it is.
And I like JG to figure something out because like that's a good Packers defense, but they didn't look too terrible in the second half against the 49ers. They played the 49ers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm about to say. I be getting them individuals confused. But they didn't look too terrible. I like JG to have a good game, even though it's gonna be like the Packers are probably gonna drop 30. But like they could really score some 2 garbage time field goals. I don't think anybody's getting no onside kicks or nothing crazy like that. But like they're gonna figure something out. The Lions aren't the worst team in the league. I'll say that.
All right. And that rounds us out for our picks this week.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I'll let Kevin take us into our next segment.
All right, man, you feel me, dog? First, we gotta stop to let you know that this video is sponsored by blunts because we still smoke those. Paul, if you have some papers in the cut, I know you still smoke those.
Don't right now. All I got is the bowl or the bong.
Backwards because Dax, he only rolls fingers. That's just his life.
That's it.
But hey, man, if you want to sponsor this podcast, just let us know. Just give us some free shit. You know how we coming. But on to the next segment. We're gonna talk fantasy. We're gonna talk gambling. But instead of making 2 different segments, let's talk about them at the same damn time because we listen to too much music. You feel me? So we got our fantasy guru Dax Fox. You feel me, Mr. Fox in the Fox itself. We can't drop the location. You feel me? Just know it's where you can't go. You feel me?
That's where you can't.
We got Paul PickEmWinEm himself giving us our best bets, letting us know what's eating and what the money line's looking like. I don't speak gambling, you feel me? If you want to run it up, just hit me with a dub. I'm betting on the Falcons. Hit me up.
I'm the translator.
Hit me up every week, you feel me? But first, let's talk to Paul real quick. Paul, let me know something that I don't know about. I was watching the game, right? And I was like, okay, the spreads is cool and stuff like that. And they was talking over unders, and I was like, whoo, anything crazy. So you got any crazy games that's gonna like that you think might be able to tilt those over under thingies?
Well, typically I'm more of an over better unless there's some good defenses or if the line is just way too high for my liking. Honestly, if I was to take some overs this week, it would be the Cowboys and the Chargers. I don't have the exact line in front of me right now, just because that's two lackluster defenses, 2 high-powered offenses, and another one I believe is going to be the Seahawks and Titans. Those are 2 overs that I really like, 2 high-scoring games, 50-plus range, maybe even the 60s, just depending on. And one thing I will say about overs is, unlike unders, there's no such thing as like a shortened game, but a game can always be extended with overtime. So you can always pull for that. Oh man, they kick a field goal right here. We're going overtime. Next score, definitely hitting my over. Like those sweaty picks like that, they always feel good.
Nice.
But if I was to say some of my best picks on the spread, I'm more of a spread better myself. I have some 6 solid ones. I have the Broncos -6 at Jacksonville. I think we all said it earlier. Broncos are going to go in there and steamroll. I like Teddy Bridgewater against the spread on road games is 22-3. So he covers. He hasn't covered only 3 times. So I mean he's gonna do it. The Broncos defense is elite. Lawrence threw 3 picks. I expect this is just gonna be, and the running game is looking good over there in Broncos. The Jacksonville doesn't have a run defense. It looks like it's just gonna be one side can score all the points. The Rams -3.5 at the Colts. I locked that one up, but Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd on the defensive line against a shaky Colts O-line. They're going to create havoc. Jalen Ramsey's going to be back there just in case Wentz says fuck it. He's going to pick it off. Matthew Stafford's going to continue his MVP tour. The Colts don't have Xavier Rhodes, so their DBs are shaky. Matthew Stafford's not the guy you want to play with Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson. Patriots -6 at the Jets. Bill Belichick 22-6 against rookie quarterbacks. I feel like that's all you need to know. Mecca Beckin, he's out at left tackle. Patriots D-line is going to create havoc. And Bill Belichick's going to take all his frustration that he just lost to the Dolphins on a fumble out on the little brother of the division, the New York Jets. They're just gonna go in there and just beat the shit out of the Jets. Steelers -6.5. Raiders don't have an answer on defense on other than Max Crosby, but I just don't see their defensive line really creating too much havoc. On the other side, though, I see the Steelers' defensive line just destroying them. No Josh Jacobs. I think they're going to feed the Najee Harris. Raiders don't have a rush defense. They're just going to – I think they're going to control the whole game. Miami +3.5 with Buffalo coming into town. I think Flores is locked in here. He knows what to do. He did not like how he lost against the Bills week 17 against their second stringers to get kicked out of the playoff race.
Okay.
So he circled this game. He knows like this is going to be – everyone's saying like whoever wins this game is going to be the best team in our division. So
that's the best thing. This is for the crowd right now.
yeah, this is a bigger game that people are giving it credit for. And teams coming from the north coming down to the Florida during September typically do not do very well. So I really like our defense and two of the game managers there. So even if we don't win that game, +3.5, I like us to keep it within a field goal. With Tua, we're 4-0 against the spread as an underdog. I just like our chances here. +3, Eagles versus 49ers. Dak was telling us earlier all the reasons why you should really look into the Eagles this week. Eagles fans are back. Philly will be rocking. The 49ers almost lost to the Eagles due to receiving backs, which the 49ers almost lost to the Lions due to receiving backs, and which the Eagles have receiving backs. I don't trust Jimmy G if it's a close game. Jalen Hurts' stud tour will continue. And Jason Barrett went out with a torn ACL last game, cornerback, starting corner for the 49ers, and Emmanuel Mosley hasn't played yet. So their DBs are shaky. I think Hurts is going to take advantage of that. The Eagles are 4-0 as a home underdog last year. They're a home underdog here. And they're one of the few wins they had last year was against the 49ers. I just like their odds here. If I was to lock them up, my two locks for this week would be the Broncos for the -6 and the Rams -3.5. Those are my two. Out of all those picks, those two are my two. Lock it, throw away the key, parlay them together, 20 to win 50.
All right. I'm going to just say real quick to add on to the bets, because I mentioned this earlier when we were doing our picks. The Titans are +6.5, I believe. And I don't think that it's going to be a +6.5. So if you want to add one more, if you're looking for one more pick on your parlay, you just need to make another pick on your parlay. I like the Titans +6.5, but also if you want, you could buy points. I think I have the Titans +8 and on one of my parlays, and I just feel like that's just disrespectful to give the Titans, like, the Titans are a good team. They could put up some points. It doesn't take much, for the Titans to go crazy. I like Derrick Henry to have a good game. I like the receivers to get off. So I might have the Titans winning the game, like I said in the picks earlier, but I do think that the Titans +6.5 is kind of disrespectful. So I have the Titans +6.5 this week, and I feel like you guys should too. But we'll talk about that next week too. So moving on.
Moving on, boys. So that was the bets for the week. Those are your best bets.
Oh, wait. Oh, my bad. I didn't know we were rounding out the bets. I have that's a quick teaser to give out then. A teaser. So for those people who do not know what a teaser is, it's basically when you move the spread. You add 6 points. So if a team is, I'll give you an example, Broncos -6, I tease that down to 0. So now Broncos just have to win outright. Steelers, 0. They just have to win outright against the Raiders. Texans, I took them +19 against the Browns. It's the NFL, baby. No one's going to lose by 19. Patriots, -0. They're going to win. Eagles, +9. They're not going to lose by no more than a touchdown if they lose. 20 to win $80 on that 5-team teaser right there. And I don't see how any of them could miss.
I like that. I think you're going to be up $80. That's what I think.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Paul, you have been a teasing type of individual. But next after the bets, if you want to get a little bit of money, double back on those bets. We'll have those segmented out just so you can listen to those one more time. But next, we got our fantasy lines because I know a lot of y'all boys lost week 1. I ain't gonna drop no names. I could though if y'all want me to, but I ain't gonna drop names. I know a lot of y'all boys lost week 1. So we got our fantasy guru to give you a little bit of a slight edge. Come on now, it's Saturday right now. Go check those waiver wires Sunday morning and make those last little adjustments so you can get those extra 20 points and get that dub real quick. So let me know, Mr. Fox, what you got for us in the Foxhole.
All right. So I made a little note card that had a few players that I love at each position and a few players that I don't love at each position. But unfortunately, I left that card upstairs when I transitioned down here. So I'm just going to go off the top of my head and tell you guys some players that I like, some players that I don't like, and we'll talk a little bit about fantasy football. So a player that I like this week at quarterback, I love Stafford. I think Stafford's going to have a great game. I do remember clearly the 3 quarterbacks that I had. So I have Stafford having a good week for fantasy. I have Tannehill having a good week for fantasy. And then I also have Baker Mayfield. So Baker is playing against the Texans. And I don't know why he wasn't really projecting much this week. Like he was projecting like 16 points or something like that. And I don't know. I feel like he's probably going to have a pretty damn good game. The Texans are pretty trash. So I like Baker to get off and have I'm not saying he's gonna go off for no 30 ball, but he's gonna do a little something. Stafford, I've loved Matt Stafford since he came into the league. He's always had a cannon, dude. He can really sling that ball. And he's fine. I mean, he did have Calvin Johnson. What's that?
He can air that thing up.
No, he airs it out like he's out in Chirac or some shit. Like he's really out there with he's got two really solid receivers, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. None of them are like top tier, but they're both really good receivers. And then I feel like Darrell Henderson is a good running back. I feel like he might do a little something in the pass game this week. But let's move on to some I'll tell you now, this is a running back that I'm sure he's already off of everybody's waiver wire because everybody probably picked him up. But that man Elijah Mitchell out in San Fran, they lost Monster. I don't know how long he's hurt. I think he's out for a few weeks. But Elijah Mitchell had like 19 carries for 100 and some yards, like 106, 107 yards. Ooh, and that's good. That's over 5 yards a carry. That's solid. The 49ers have been running the ball for years. They haven't been I don't know when the last time I could say that they've been a passing team was. Probably back in the Montana days. But I like the 49ers to run the ball. I like them to pound that shit today. Tomorrow, I feel like Elijah Mitchell is going to get off again, have a nice week. I also like at running back Kenyon Drake. I know that so Josh Jacobs is out. I know they're playing the Steelers, and the Steelers have a really good line, but it happens, like the odds are not great sometimes when you have a running back playing against a really good defense. The odds are not always great, but it does happen. Players, all it takes really is one big run. I try to explain that to people all the time. Like a player could have nothing going for him in fantasy all week, and then on the last drive of the game, he could break off for a 60-yard touchdown. And right there, that saves his whole fantasy week. That saves the team. Like it could happen. Kenyon Drake can't have one big play that does it for him. So I like Kenyon Drake this week. So I like Mitchell, Drake, and then I'm also gonna go with who was my other running back? Oh man, I'm losing it right now. Oh, all right. Look, we're gonna come back to the running backs. I'll tell you a receiver. I said it last week when I was on the podcast with Kevin. Devontae Smith playing against the 49ers. I think that he's going to be a really good receiver throughout his career, but I feel like this season he's going to have a great year. I feel like him and Hurts have that chemistry, that little connection. He's undersized, but he's quick. He's got good hands. He can run some routes. I feel like he's going to have a good week. And then I really like, I know that this is not anything crazy, but Thielen this week, I had him last week. He went off last week. I feel like Thielen is Justin Jefferson's supposed to be wide receiver number 1 out there, but Thielen's gonna throw a little competition his way. I mean, they're both gonna see their targets, but Thielen's gonna look like the number 1 receiver, I think, all year. I feel like he's gonna have a great season. He's been a good receiver since he came in the league. So I really like Thielen. This week, I can also say that I'm not sold on any of the Pittsburgh receivers. So if you have any of the Pittsburgh receivers in your lineup, Deontay Johnson, Juju, you got Claypool, I don't think any of them are a start this week. I don't know if any of them are going to be having a great season at all. So
Irrelevant.
I don't really love them at receiver. I also just remembered the running back that I like is Devin Singletary. I feel like Devin Singletary, he came into the league. I thought he was going to be decent. He hasn't done much since he came into the league. He looked decent last week. I feel like this week he might have a good game against the Dolphins. That's another one of those. He's not going to go off for no 30 ball, but he could put up a little 100 yards and a touchdown, and I feel like that's all he needs to have to make fantasy owners happy. He's not a running back 2, not a running back 1, so he's a good flex play. Same with Drake and Elijah Mitchell. They're all – you could even put them at running back 2, but I have them all at my flex position. I think they're going to be good. And then someone I spoke on earlier at receiver is Brandon Cooks. He's their only option out there, man. It's him, and their second best option is David Johnson. So David Johnson is just he's not what he was on the Cardinals, and Brandon Cooks has really not slowed down his whole career. He's just a quiet producer, like he's not gonna put up those crazy games, but he'll like last week I think he had 5 catches for 132 yards or something. I'll be happy with that. He does that every week. I'll be happy with that. I'm not gonna complain if he puts up that kind of production. They're gonna have to put the ball in somebody's hands, and who else do they have out there? It's Nico Collins and Brandon Cooks and David Johnson. I like Brandon Cooks to have a good week again. I feel like if you have him on your team, he was a late round stash for me. I got him, I think, in every league in like the 10th round. So if you are one of those people that got Brandon Cooks, start him in your flex position. Honestly, you can start him about every week unless you have a much better option there. Start Brandon Cooks. I feel like this season he's going to show that he is probably like a tier 2 receiver, and he's really damn good. So I like Brandon Cooks to go off this week. And those are just some of the players that I have that could be sneaky good this week.
Nice, sneaky good. That's all you need.
Sneaky good.
Well, before you tell us the people that you hate this week and everything, I'm not gonna lie, you hit on every single receiver I had. Like I've been thinking about Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is gonna ball. 49ers DBs are hurt. And when they played the Falcons early, he seemed like his favorite receiver. When the game was still close, Devontae Smith looked like Jalen Hurts' favorite receiver. DJ Moore, there's gonna be no more Sean Lattimore for the Saints.
Right.
He's gonna have a nice little game. In his 2 games last year against the Saints, he had 5 catches, 100 yards, nice little 15 points. And another game, 4 catches, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he has that potential maybe he just has it out for them when they play him in the division. At quarterback, I think Matt Ryan's gonna have a great game. Honestly, Dak was the only way Dak could beat them boys was through the air. The only way the Bucks can be beat is through the weak secondary. And then if you look at the running backs, I think Damian Harris playing the Jets. I think Bill Belichick just likes to run the ball, and Damian Harris got 20 carries, 100 yards against Miami. He just happened to fumble in the end, but I think he's gonna bounce back this week. Touchdown, 100 yards.
I like it.
I'm loving it.
Well, so like I said, I left my little list upstairs, so I don't have everything right in front of me to give you guys what you need. But I can tell you this. So at running back, we were talking about Derrick Henry earlier. Derrick Henry is not necessarily a sit-em, but
Ooh.
I'm not going to tell you guys who to start and who to sit, but I will say I don't love Derrick Henry to get off this week either. I know a lot of people picked him in the first 3-4 picks of the draft, and you're probably like, oh, he didn't do nothing this first week. I need him to get off the second week. But Bobby Wagner since he came in the league, has been probably the best middle linebacker in the league. Derrick Henry's gonna have a tough time breaking off big runs because thing about Bobby Wagner is he's fast as shit. So it's like you're not really just gonna break off big runs against him. Like he's gonna hawk you down. So Derrick Henry, I'm just telling you, fantasy owners now, be prepared to not have that stupid game from him. He's probably not gonna go for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't love Henry to do that. I know Kevin was talking about Henry. That's what they need. That's what they need. But I just don't.
If they do it, they might have a chance to win. They might be able to keep the clock down. I don't know. That might
I mean, look. I'll say this: if Henry, look, they're gonna be smart. Henry's not gonna go off for 26 carries for 80 yards. He'll go if they give him the ball enough. He'll do his thing. Like he'll get if they give him the ball 25 times, 20 sometimes, he's gonna run for 100 yards.
He's gonna break.
But he's not gonna look like 2,000-yard Derrick Henry that he was last year. He's not gonna be that this week. I love Bobby Wagner. I just don't see Henry being the man that you need for your fantasy week. So like I'm not telling you to sit him, and even if I did, y'all aren't gonna listen to me. But just don't be shocked when he doesn't go off for 24 points. Like that's all I'm saying.
Limit
For
expectations.
The expectations can't be too high. Also, I feel like that's going to be a shootout kind of game. Like I said that earlier. So I feel like it's going to be kind of close. They might have to throw the ball a good amount. And they're not going to be afraid to do that. They got AJ Brown and Julio out there. So I don't love Derrick Henry this week. Like I said, I'm not telling you to sit him. I'm not a huge fan of him this week. I also don't have him on my fantasy team and I'm playing against him. So I might be just psyching myself out trying to say that I hope he has that game. So another player that I don't love this week, not necessarily that I don't love him, but his injury status is kind of bothering me, and that's Deandre Swift. He had a great game. So my teams are weird, man. I have 2 teams that have Kyler Murray, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Devontae Adams on 2 of my teams. And then I only have 4 teams. I have 2 other teams that have Dak Prescott, DeAndre Swift, and it's just like I don't know how the hell I ended up with the same players on my teams. But DeAndre Swift, he had a good week last week, and I honestly have him a good year this year. I feel like he's going to be a solid player, maybe like a top 12 running back in the league. But I don't know. He's looking a little shaky. He's been questionable for the last like 3 days, and I used to be one of those people that didn't really care about injuries and fantasy football. I didn't care if I saw QTD. Oh, it didn't matter. I was starting him. If he's good, I'm starting him. Yeah. But injuries really do play a big factor into someone's role in the game. I mean, there's definitely been times where a player's been questionable or doubtful, and he's ended up fucking coming in and snapping for sure. It happens. But a lot of times when a player's questionable, the coaches are like, we don't want to work him too hard. You know, we don't want to injure him. He's DeAndre Swift. He's their running back. He's their star running back. They don't have shit really out there, so they might limit his touches. They also have Williams out there. He's got I think he had 17 touches last week, and Swift had 19. So they were kind of splitting touches anyways. And they're both questionable this week. So I don't know how I feel about DeAndre Swift. I don't know how I feel about Williams either. I feel like both of them are kind of looking banged up right now. So I actually have Swift on my bench because I'm not sold on him. And I don't want him to come into the game and not play as many snaps just because he's got a lingering injury. I don't want to risk that. So I actually benched DeAndre Swift this week. That could be tough. I could end up paying for that. It's fantasy football. It happens. I'm not expecting to be 100% right all the time, but I don't love DeAndre Swift this week just because he does have that little injury designation. So I'm not sure how he's going to do. Another player that I'm not 100% sold on this week is Calvin Ridley. I know you don't like that because he's their top dog, but
no, the corners ain't like that, kid. The
Bucks corners, whether we like it or not. Jamel Dean, I think since 2019 had like the lowest catch rate in the league. And Jamel Dean is not a big name corner, you know, but he really had like the lowest catch rate in the league, and Carlton Davis had like the most pass deflections in the league over the last couple seasons. Like our corners they're not They're not Jalen Ramsey. They're not Marcus Peters. They're not Marshawn Lattimore. They're not Xavier Howard. I know that, but I didn't say Xavier Howard. I gave you your A. We said at the same time.
Or Byron Jones.
Right. But they are good enough. They are good enough. I mean, look, they won the Super Bowl last year. Their players are obviously good enough to get the job done.
Corners, though. That's playoff corners we talking about. That was a whole different defense.
Well, look, if a player plays better in the playoffs, then I feel like he's decent in the regular season too.
Not Eli Manning.
That man is different. We're not gonna talk on that. We're not gonna talk on that. But,
continue.
So Calvin Ridley, I'm not saying he's gonna have a Brandon Ayuk game, but he might have a Devontae Adams kind of game where he's gonna have like 5 catches, 50 yards. He might put up like 10 points, 11 points. But if you're looking for Calvin Ridley, if it's a close week and you need Calvin Ridley, you're probably not gonna look too happy at the end of the day because
that man down there is lying. Calvin Ridley snap.
Down here, that boy, that dirty bird.
No, that's that. Mr. Fox is lying. Calvin Ridley is gonna snap this week.
What about Kyle Pitts, though? I want to hear after you know what you're saying, Paul. I want to hear about Kyle Pitts.
I was just gonna say, on a side note, on a prop bet, I have Calvin Ridley. I'm guaranteeing will score a touchdown this week, and it's even odds. They're giving me more money than I'm betting on the. That should be a guarantee. Calvin Ridley score this week.
Okay, I mean,
but
I like Calvin Ridley. I don't love him this week though.
All right, man. So we're gonna just go ahead and close the foxhole. Just put some dirt on that guy. We don't know that guy anymore.
Man, that's crazy. They ostracized me after I tell the truth. That's crazy.
Oh man, he's just like Kanye.
Man, hell yeah, I'm a narcissist, baby.
Hey, man, got anything else for us, dog?
I'm all good, man. I'm just excited to come back next week and show y'all how right I was about everything. I'm just excited.
What's the score of the Bucks and Falcons game? Hey, you gotta say 12.
38-20.
38-20. I don't know, man. I like us to put some points on the board, man.
38-23. There you go.
You might not get your.
We got an extra field goal in there for you. We got Young Ho Koo gonna get his.
That boy, dumb Koo. I'll tell you now. He's gonna get his.
Let's see. We gotta see what the play call in the red zone look like. But with Jalen Mayfield, we'll see if he can have a bounce back. I won't blame him if he doesn't, but we'll see if he can.
It is a divisional game in which they are ugly a lot of times than not. It doesn't matter really who's who sometimes. It's just like this might be when the bad team gets up and plays their hardest, and when the better team kind of skates on through because they're like, oh, it's just blah blah blah.
I do agree with that, but they are playing the defending Super Bowl champs, the best team in the league, the best defense in the league.
Would you tease that line up to
me?
Yeah, up to like 17 and a half. Like if you had to throw one more in your teaser because you're a rowdy man, you like an 18 teaser or something. Would you take the Falcons?
Atlanta?
I think it's like 18 and a half if you tease it or something like that.
I would take them because like you said earlier, who was it? The Brown or the Texans were like plus 19. Yeah, man. I mean, the Texans are better than no, they're not better than the Falcons. The Falcons are better than the Texans. And I mean they have a few weapons out there, so they could get it done. I don't think they're gonna lose by that much. I mean, I'm a Bucs fan, so I'm a little bit biased, but I feel like they're going to win by 2 scores, but 3, I don't know about 3.
Okay. So, Kev, before we head on out, if you were to give me straight up picks, your 3 locks of the week, what 3 teams are you sitting there and you're like, these are my 3 teams without a doubt?
Well, if I were to go like my favorites, I would go Rams, Patriots, Packers. But if I want to have fun, I would go Steelers,
If you were to put a shot on all these picks.
Oh yeah, I'd probably, because I'm not a drinker, I put Rams, Patriots, Packers. But if I were to put like money on it, I would put I would go Dolphins just so niggas, just to make individuals get a little shaky, put a little money on it. Like
spicy on there.
No way the Dolphins could beat the Bills, bro. Bills almost beat those Chiefs last year. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Whatever you say. I would go Chargers. No way, man. The Cowboys almost beat. No way, the Cowboys almost beat the Bucks. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Take them there. And I would go Seahawks, just so that way I have a reason to watch that game and like be like, just so I got a reason to watch that game and call motherfuckers like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to pay up, kid. I'm gonna need you to pay up. But yeah, those are my three. If I were to do two of them, like a safe one, and then like, all right, let's have some fun. Let's make some phone calls and talk some shit to some fans. That's what I'm going with. All
right, Dax, let me hear your three.
I mean, there's three guaranteed locks this week. 3 guaranteed locks.
Throw away the keys.
And this is straight money line, just win or lose, fuck the spread. We got the Rams, Packers, and Bucks. Guaranteed money. And fuck it, you go ahead, put the fucking you want to go 5? Go ahead and
give me an extra one. Give me your extra.
Go with the Browns, bro. Literally, bro. I don't bet a lot of money, but like if I had like 20,000 to bet, I'd put a parlay together with the Bucks, Packers, the Browns, and the Rams. I put 20 bands on it right now.
True.
How much would you get? Like $5?
No, with that 14 parlay, you're probably hitting plus odds, or if you're not, you're probably either winning 20 to 25,000, or like you're anywhere from, I would say, 18 to 25,000, depending on how heavy the money line favorites are. But
yeah, I like it.
If I was to hit you with my 3-team lock, I think we'll do okay. I'm gonna get a little spicy mustard on mine. I'm gonna take the Eagles, the Dolphins, and the Broncos. And nice. I know those two of those teams, like I know if you just take my 2 underdog locks, and the Eagles and the Dolphins, and just have a 2-team parlay, it's 20 to win $80. And I have that bet riding out right now. I feel pretty solid about that.
I like it. I feel like if you put that in on Bovada, you're gonna be up some money next week.
So before we close out, anyone got some anything to say?
Pray for the Falcons.
Pray for the Falcons.
I got nothing to say. I'm just excited for football, man. Football's back. It's week 2. Everybody got the jitters out. I'm ready to watch nonstop football from 1 p.m. to midnight.
Bro, that's my job now. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah,
I love that.
Beautiful.
I was telling some girls that the other day, like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be busy all Sunday from 1 to like 11. But like, she goes, dang, what you doing that long? Working.
Yeah, it's kind of like that meme, like, who would have thought? Look at us now. Like, but
life is good, man.
Life is good. But so hurry up and go change your fantasy lineups. Hurry up and go hammer those bets. Once again, this is a great podcast. Thank you all for listening. This was Paul PickEmWinEm Contra with
that boy Dax Fox, the guru, the fantasy football guru. Tap in with me if you want them picks, man.
Hey man, it's your boy Kevin Waterbush, boy. They let me off the sideline, man. I'm in the broadcasting booth, man. We in the cut with it. You know how we coming. But it's totally Blitz, man. You know how we doing. That boy Paul is faded. So that's how you know we had a good podcast, man. Paul, close us out, man. Break them down.
Like I said, go hammer those picks. You want to make some money. And if you're in those fantasy leagues, I know I'm in some big money fantasy leagues right now. I'm definitely going to make some lineups after listening to today's episode.
Got to.
Once again, we'll be back next week to recap our picks. We'll have our shots poured up on all our bad takes, and we'll have our shit talk ready and locked and loaded. Not only our shit talk, but we'll have our expertise ready. But this was Totally Blitz Podcast, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Yeah. Got a problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools, you can call them boy crap, man. This game